Okay, so for this first inequality, let's try to isolate the x. So I'm going to subtract 3. So I have negative x is greater than or equal to 7. Now I have to get rid of that negative. You can think of it like a negative 1 if you like. So what I'm going to do is I can just multiply both sides by another negative 1 to get rid of the negative. Okay, or divide by negative 1. It won't matter either way. I'll just divide by it if you like. Okay, and so we're going to get x is less than or equal to, because we have to switch the direction, negative 7. Okay, if you're not sure about this step, of course, you could just do it this way. You could just say, since we had negative x greater than or equal to 7, I could just multiply by minus 1 on both sides. Either way, and we get the same thing. We get x less than or equal to negative 7. Okay, so this is one of the resulting inequalities where we've isolated the x. Okay, now let's isolate the x over here. Subtract 7. 2x is greater than or equal to 10. Divide by 2. In this case, we do not have to flip the inequality because we're not dividing by a negative. So x is greater or equal to 5. So that's our other inequality where x is isolated. So now let's draw these on number lines. Okay, so I like the number line method. I find students that learn it get these problems correct. So I'm going to draw a number line, minus infinity, infinity. And for one of them, I'll draw a number line for the other. Each of the two inequalities, we'll get a little number line picture. Okay, negative 7 is over here, sort of to the left. 5 is more to the right. Okay, just make sure you get the locations correct. 5 is to the right of negative 7. Now, I have to be less than or equal to negative 7. Okay, so that means out here, this stuff. I can also be equal to negative 7, meaning that exact value is okay. I can also be greater than or equal to 5. Okay, now the question is this an or question or an and question? Okay, if it's an or question, that means I can sort of use this piece or this piece, meaning if you're here or here, you're okay, you're in the answer. Okay, so if it's an or question, then our solution is just going to be these two intervals kind of put together. That's from negative infinity, right here, here's negative infinity, to negative 7. Okay, I guess I could have drawn it up here, might have been better, but anyway. And then also from 5 to infinity. Now let's be careful with the endpoints. Since this is a filled-in circle, we actually should go in and make that a square bracket, meaning we include the negative 7, and we should make this a square bracket because we're including the 5. Why are we including them? Because there's equal signs here. Okay? Now, what if I switch this and made it an and? Okay, so if I made this an and problem, that means I have to be in both places at the same time, and that's impossible. And means you look for the overlap, and there is no overlap. So if it's and, there is no solution. Okay, if it was an and problem, there's no overlap between these two regions. This region and this region do not overlap at all. Okay, but if it's or, then you can just say I'm either in this piece or this piece, meaning my solution would just be like this. We just put a union between them, and this would be my solution right here. Okay, and that's it. Cool, cool.